We got the new MacBook, and apparently production has begun of the biggest MacBook in a really long time, the 16-inch MacBook Pro. I've talked about it in the past. I used to be a fan in the old days of the 17-inch model. Very few people bought the 17-inch model MacBook Pro, but it was a thing. It did exist, and I had a couple versions of it, I think. We've been stuck with the 15-inch being the biggest MacBook Pro for a really long time at this point. And also, just in general, people have been wondering about an update for two reasons. The display bezels, slightly antiquated on the current generation MacBook Pro, and then also the keyboard issues, keyboard fiasco that we've also talked about in the past. So apparently, this 16-inch MacBook that has begun production, allegedly, aims to satisfy those two complaints. The display, if you look at the image here, if you look closely, you'll see the bezels have shrunk down substantially, especially on the sides. Razor thin now. So the screen to body ratio, a more modern look, similar to devices like the Huawei MateBook, if you recall. Very slim bezel on that. You're looking at almost all display. This render of the potential upcoming 16-inch MacBook Pro has a similar vibe to it. I believe there was a rumor at one point it could be OLED as well. Time will tell if that's the case or not. It's going to be getting some new processors, obviously, as well as a 96-watt USB-C power adapter, Coffee Lake H mobile processors, scissor switch mechanism. So they satisfy the other complaint regarding the keyboard. You're a butterfly guy. We talk about it all the time. Mr. Butterfly is how you like to be referred to.
Mm-hmm. There's only one.
Hasn't been so good for Apple, this butterfly situation. A lot of people upset. I've had 2 units fail, keyboards. It was ambitious. Could have been a Johnny Ive. Going to reinvent the thing. I love ambitious ideas, low profile, but it had issues. A lot of ambitious ideas have issues. The scissor switch mechanism, on the other hand, well established, industry-wide, exists on so many laptops and keyboards for that matter. Tried and tested. So potentially what you're looking at here in the 16-inch MacBook Pro is one you can confidently buy, not worrying about the keyboard failures of past, the recalls, and so forth, because now you have a scissor switch design, which is more traditional and tested, as I mentioned. Now, apparently, the target volume is 39,000 units per month for this computer, and it's going to cost more than $3,000 per unit. These are rumors at the moment, but that's a hefty price tag. That's a premium. Particularly if that's a starting price or an average price, that's a big price for a MacBook Pro. But some people are going to want it. It's the biggest MacBook Pro. It's going to probably be the most advanced. You have all these video editors working off MacBooks now. We have so many. How many MacBook Pros in this studio? 3. Well, I still have mine. 4. Yeah. Right. So you guys are all using them. You can imagine people wanting to upgrade to the latest. The sources, by the way, a Taiwanese assembly partner, Quanta Computer, which that's apparently the partner responsible for the assembly of these upcoming laptops. That's why the leak suggests the production has already begun. So that seems like a legit source. The potential to be launched by the end of October or very early November. That's soon. Well, that's in like 2 days. That's just a throwback from the recent episode where I said Stadia was 2 days. You see, I'm just going back. I'm just drawing the through line for people. Yeah. Because this show, there's a through line. I don't know what it is yet. Something there. A thread. Oh, and also images appeared in Catalina, the latest Mac OS of this upcoming MacBook. So it looks like they're getting really ready for it. By the way, Kirk upgraded to Catalina, busted his video output on all monitors. So maybe ease up on the Catalina install if you're a Mac user. Also, DJs are very upset. I saw a couple articles on the fact that it broke all of iTunes indexes. People who use Serato, All their track lists are dead.
There's not going to be iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes is dead.
Yeah. They
don't know what to do. It's a huge, huge issue. A lot of mega producers are going on Twitter warning people, do not upgrade. There's going to be a lot of MacBooks out there in the universe just sticking to old software so that they still work. I wonder if Apple considered that and they were okay with it. That's a curious one.